Todd Walsh back here at Jobbing.com Arena. We're just moments away from the drop of the puck. Coyotes and the Flames here as this homestand rolls on. As I mentioned, before the puck drops, though, a reminder on the news of the day for several members of the Phoenix Coyotes. And there they are, heading to Sochi for the Winter Olympic Games, representing their countries. Martin Hanzal, Zabina McCulloch, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Laurie Korpikoski, and Mike Smith. We'll hear from them coming up during one of the intermissions. But now let's get to this game. Matt and Tyson, take it away.
All right, thanks a lot, Todd. Let's take a look at the goaltenders. Thomas Greiss, he's 5-2-1. Last start in Anaheim, he was terrific back on the 28th of December. And for the Calgary Flames, getting the call tonight, Rito Berra. He's 5-11-2 with a goals against average of 2.92, saves percentage at .903. The referees tonight are Dan O'Halloran and Mark Lemelin. And the linesmen tonight, Jay Shears and Darren Gibbs. We've seen a lot of Jay as of late here in Glendale. So it is Game 4 of the 6-game homestand. Coyotes and Flames, the season series at a game apiece. Each team winning on home ice. We'll see what unfolds here tonight as the Coyotes try to break that 2-game losing streak. They haven't won, or they haven't lost 3 straight in regulation all season long. We'll see if they can stay away from that here tonight against their Pacific Division rivals as Radim Vrbata will play it into the corner. And now behind the net, Coyotes circling, and they'll get it back to the line for Derek Morris. Sends it in behind the net. Vrbata's there. And Martin Hanzal will try to play it around. The Coyotes with an overall mark of 20-12-9. The Calgary Flames are 15-21-6. They played last night in Denver. Big win, 4-3 over the Colorado Avalanche. Got the game-winning goal from Mike Camilleri with about 5 minutes remaining in the third. And now the Coyotes will set it up inside of their own zone.
Yeah, all 3 of their snipers that we talked about in the opener of the show. Sean Monahan got his 12th, Hurdler got his 12th, and Mike Camilleri with his 13th. Those are 3 players that the Coyotes are going to want to keep their eye on here in this hockey game.
Klinkhammer can't set it up, and Elise Stepniak will get it back through center ice. Here's a chance on a right wing for Byron with a shot. And that's steered aside by Thomas Greiss. Back of the line for Giordano, and he takes a shot, and that's stopped. And it's loose in front. Nobody can seem to get a hold of it. Now it's taken away by Klinkhammer.
A real nice job in front of Thomas Greiss, protecting the house, eliminating the Calgary Flames from getting a second or third opportunity.
Played all the way back and inside the zone. The Flames will set it up as Giordano paired defensively tonight with T.J. Brody, and the Flames will bring it right back in over the line before Klesla will take it into the corner.
And the Coyotes had a real workmanlike practice yesterday.
Well, the head coach for the Coyotes is Dave Tippett. He's 10-6-1 as a Coyotes head coach against the Calgary Flames. And a man that once worked in a windshield plant in Quebec, Bob Hartley, won a Stanley Cup in Colorado. One thing about Bob Hartley's teams, they always work extremely hard.
Well, the Phoenix Coyotes, as I mentioned, a workmanlike practice yesterday. Several one-on-one meetings with players and coaches all over the ice. No, the sky has not fallen here in Phoenix. They're still in that 8th spot, tied, I believe, with Minnesota, but they have to get back to Coyote hockey.
Yeah, they are tied with the Wild, who will be here on Thursday night at Jobbing.com Arena. They have 3 games in hand on Minnesota.
What a game that's going to be.
Doan will take it in behind, then try to get it to the front. Right down there was Moss. And back to center ice comes T.J. Gallardi, the 4th unit out there right now for the Calgary Flames. Greiss will steer it. Well, the Coyotes are going to try to set up puck play with a high stick, and they're going to bring the face-off, or keep it, I should say, inside the Coyote zone. Let's take a look at the keys tonight, and they're brought to you by Sanderson Ford.
Well, it's no secret when you give up a 2-goal lead a couple times this year, most recently the other night against the Philadelphia Flyers, puck management is crucial. You watch in your own zone, you can't turn pucks over on both blue lines. So watch for that to be much better here tonight of this Coyotes team, and desperation. You saw Phoenix come with a push in that game against Philadelphia in the 3rd period. Play the whole game like that. Keep your foot on the gas pedal. Be desperate, because these points are huge tonight.
Coyotes won the draw. This is going to be cleared out by Connor Murphy, and we get a whistle here. And evidently a hand pass. Pretty ironic. They have a tough time holding leads, but they have no problems coming from 2 down. And Dave Tippett's got to be shaking his head on that little bit of irony.
Yeah, that has to change. We got Bissonnette and McGrattan out here too, so let's see what happens here.
That McGrattan and Bissonnette, 4th units out.
Bissonnette with a real good scrap last game against Rosehill.
Coyotes will get it out, moving it along as Kyle Chipchurn. He sends through the neutral zone. This one's going to go all the way down, and we get an icing call here against the Coyotes. Well, Paul Bissonnette the other night getting it done, Tyson.
Yeah, doing what he does best. And he took a few early. They separated, and then it was all Bissonnette at the end of this fight. The start, he was just out of rhythm. You saw the captain, Shane Doan, just loving it from the bench. Shane Doan's eyeballs were about to pop out of his head. He was so pumped up to see Bissonnette do what Bissonnette does. That is a tough job. Not easy to do, especially against a tough guy like Rosehill.
Giordano that time playing up, and now it's going to be moved back in, and Paul Bissonnette will get it into the corner. In behind the net, TJ Brody. This one will be sent all the way down, and Thomas Greiss steers it away. Got to ask you a question. As we mentioned, Calgary playing last night. They talk about the fourth period phenomena. Is that real? Is the edge maybe to the team that played the night before as Berra makes the save?
No, definitely not. The edge is on the fresh team. The team that's chomping at the bit on home ice definitely favors the Phoenix Coyotes. This is a must-win. Yeah, you may feel good early in the first half of the game, but as that game goes along, the legs tire, the mind tires, and that's when you can really pounce on a team. But this start for the Phoenix Coyotes, you want to kick this Calgary Flames team when they're down. They are struggling mightily. We talked about it before last night's game against the Avalanche. This Calgary Flames team only scored 1 goal in their last 4 games. You want to give them nothing to feel good about here tonight.
Well, the Flames currently with 36 points. They're in 6th place in the Pacific Division, 6 out of 7. Only ahead of the Edmonton Oilers, who have 3 less points of 33. Bodker will look to set it up. Mikkel Bodker. Now he'll work it in behind the net. Play to the line. Morris will get rid of it. This one will go to the corner. Klinkhammer fighting through traffic. Gives it there for Bodker. Now Bodker ships it in behind the net. Little wheel and deal here to the line. Now Morris will send behind the net. Antoine Vermette looking to get it in front. Good puck possession early here for the Coyotes inside the Calgary zone. Flipped along the end boards, and it goes right to Reto Berra, and he makes the save to get a face-off.
Yeah, good offensive zone time for the Coyotes. Tremendous puck movement, but the Coyotes still, without a shot in this hockey game, they can't get that lane to shoot it from the point. There's the puck movement we're talking about. And then the Flames just getting in those shooting lanes, taking away that front net presence. They're going to have to find a way to get that puck to the net to create those second and third opportunities. They worked on it a ton yesterday in practice.
Michael Stone will chase this one down. Stone tonight with Klesla. Wrapped around by Rusty. He'll try to get it out. Got it back to center. Well, this one is backhanded in that time by Kevin Westgarth. He came over, the former King, came over from Carolina in a trade about 2-3 weeks ago.
They now have McGrattan and Westgarth, 2 heavyweights here with the Calgary Flames. Could use a little help, though, offensively. We just talked about for last night, 1 goal in their last 4 games, 27th in the NHL at 2.3 goals a game and only 26.3 shots a game. That's way down as well.
We were talking to some of the Calgary media people before the game, and there's a definite concern in terms of shots and opportunities. And it's reflective, obviously, in the lack of goal production. Here's a chance. Connor Murphy thought about pinching. He'll go back to that right point. The Flames will get it out. Probably a good idea, but otherwise it would have been a 2-on-1 as this one is blocked away by Schlemko. The Coyotes will get it to center ice for Mike Ribeiro. Talked about the Coyotes center position. They were so good offensively, putting up huge numbers early in the season. It's been a bit of a battle as of late.
They are struggling. We talked about Martin Hanzal, Vermette, and Mike Ribeiro. Only 13 points in their last 10 games for all 3 of those guys combined.
Ribeiro right to the front. Now play back out high to the line, and Yandel with a chance, and that was deflected by Ribeiro. Shane Doan tried to lock it up. Good pressure there. Coyotes will try to keep before it's clear to the line and now out. And Matt Stajan will get 1 deep.
And we talked about it all at the start of the year. The goals for the Coyotes were scoring a ton of goals. But when that dries up, if you're still allowing a lot of goals, which is what the Coyotes have continued to do, that's when you get yourself in trouble. Not a great recipe for success, and that's the issue right now.
Hudler will play into the corner. Backlund after it. And now Hudler's sharp angle. That shot was blocked away. He tried to throw it in front, and it's taken away by Keith Yandle. Well, Yandle will get it back to center ice. Intended that time for Radim Vrbata. Played all the way back and over the line, and now Michael Stone will try to get it out. Got it back to center ice, intended that time for Mikkel Boedker. Chris Butler now for the Calgary Flames. Paul Byron trying to get it in, and he'll chip it all the way back where Rusty Klesla sets it up. Taken away that time. Good work down low there. Sean Monahan trying to get it in behind the net. He got upended that time by Antoine Vermette. Coyotes will chip it along, and they bring it out. Boedker on that right side gets it in over the Calgary line with a shot. That's steered away by Berra. Another chance, and that goes wide of the mark.
Antoine Vermette just got pasted. Took a hit to make a play, though.
Behind the net. Klinkhammer moves it along. Vermette. Now Bissonnette chips it in behind the net. Handling it is Vermette. Vermette right back to the front. Oh, and Bissonnette all tied up.
Now Bissonnette was worried about getting around that defenseman. Took his one hand off his stick. That would have been right on the money.
Connor Murphy trying to move it along to Bissonnette. They wave off icing, so the puck continues to be played. And in behind the net, chasing it down is Derek Smith. Took a big bump there from Bissonnette. Good keep of the line by youngster Connor Murphy.
Calgary's doing a real nice job keeping the Coyotes to the outside. Zero penetration in those scoring areas.
And behind the net, and now Chipchura with it. Chipchura curling out high. Chipchura with a shot and a stop that time. I think that got through to Berra. Good patience there by Kyle Chipchura. Escalardi will send one right back.
Yeah, Paul Bissonnette going to the net as well. I think that hit Bissonnette in front. Another good shift by the fourth line of the Coyotes, really providing a spark.
Played in behind the net, and Keith Yandle will move it along. This one over the top of the net. Coyotes chasing it a little bit here. Giordano. He was an Olympic hopeful for Team Canada. Did not make the roster. Played it in behind the net. Here's McGratney. Now down low it goes. Bowman tried to walk at that time on Yandle. Forget about it. And Halpern will take it away.
Now he has B.J. Brody going backside, a little overly fancy.
Giordano, shot goes wide. Ribeiro tries to get it out. It's played all the way back to center. We're nearly halfway home already in this opening period. 4-2 shots for the Coyotes. No score yet as Giordano will play it along for Backlund. And Michael Backlund with a shot goes over the top of the net. And this one over the glass and out of play. The fourth line getting some looks here for the Coyotes. Deep inside the Calgary zone. No score tonight from Glendale. Welcome back as they honor the Olympians from the Coyotes roster up on the board here during break. Two players that didn't make it. These guys, Radim Vrbata from the Coyotes and Jiri Hudler, a couple of Czech Republic snubs for sure, in my opinion. I guess you got to be 42 and have the name of Peter Nedved to make that roster.
Yeah, I thought Peter Nedved retired when he left the Phoenix Coyotes, 7 years ago. But Jiri Hudler, 35 points this year. That's not enough to get him on that roster. And Radim Vrbata, we know what Radim Vrbata means to the Phoenix Coyotes. Can you imagine him on that roster? They just lost one heck of a goal scorer.
And the man with the puck, Martin Hansel, he did make the roster, so that's great news, and congratulations to Marty. As this one is sent in, Thomas Greiss making the save, and the puck will be played into the corner. Calgary trying to go to work in behind the net, broken up that time by Derek Morris. And Martin Hansel will get it out as he plays it all the way back to center for Vrbata.
A little extra rest for some of the guys. We talked about Keith Yandle not making that U.S. squad, Radim Vrbata. And you look at the Canadian roster. You look at Martin St. Louis, who didn't make
second time
make
with
the team.
Steve Yzerman.
With Steve Yzerman being the GM of the Tampa Bay Lightning. So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Played all the way back, and Schlemko to touch up, and we'll get a whistle and an icing call downstairs. Todd Walsh.
As I did talk to Radim Vrbata today, just like Keith Yandle the other day, facing the music, talking to the media, and taking the high road. Radim saying, look, you have to respect the decision. Said he didn't have a good world championship. His country didn't have one either, so he kind of had an inkling. But felt like, you know what, just like Keith, and they were texting earlier today before practice even started, I've got to use this to motivate myself and also take advantage of the rest that will be afforded of me. But you get the feeling there might be a little more to that story with what's going on back in the Czech Republic. That's just my sense.
Yeah, you got to wonder who's picking that team as well. How you leave Vadim Vrbata off that list. One of the best, Yuri Hudler and Vadim Vrbata, the two top point producers in the NHL for Czech-born players.
Wait a second. Politics don't play a role at the international sports stage, do they? No, that can't be. And Vadim Vrbata's been so good since coming here to the Coyotes.
If you look at even Team Canada, the World Juniors, how they leave the Phoenix Coyotes' own Max Domi off that list is beyond me.
Ontario Hockey League Player of the Month for December, right?
And I truly feel like that really came back to bite them.
TJ Gallardi, and the puck will be moved back in by the Flames left winger. It's played in behind the net.
A guy that was, I thought, just on the cusp of making the NHL. Can't make the World Junior team.
Coyotes will try to get it out. They play it along. Kept there. Opportunity bouncing around. Colburn now. Wide turn. Gets it back out high. Butler. Challenged by Dave Moss. Vesla pokes it into the corner. Now Colburn's spinorama shot goes nowhere, but the Coyotes watch another one go right to Greiss and will step out. 4-3 the shots, but no score tonight.
And it's all about defense tonight. The Coyotes doing a marvelous job in their own zone. Antoine Vermette controlling the puck. You look at the support. Klesla comes in, helps out his centerman. Keith Yandel protects the front of the house, steals the puck, and then the Coyotes look at the bodies, taking away sticks in front. No rebounds for the Calgary Flames. You allow the shot to the goaltender and take away everyone else in front. Nice job by the Coyotes.
Defense, one of the many points of emphasis here in this mini slump here for this hockey team as they try to break out from a two-game losing skid.
That's part of the desperation that we talked about.
Boma got one to the front, scooped away that time, and the Coyotes will get it out as it's played right back and over the line by Kyle Chipchura.
And the keys to the game. It's the desperation in front. You know, as a player, sometimes you're like, I don't want to waste all my energy in the defensive zone. But that's the most important part before you can head off onto the offense.
Boddicker will try to get it out. Chipchura, good support as well. And now David Schlemko. And Connor Murphy with it. He clears it all the way back to safety. Chris Butler, he wears number 44 for the Calgary Flames, gets it back through center. Get over the line intended for Mike Camilleri. This one's taken away. Backlund now to the corner. Martin Hansel grabs that one, and it goes past Chipchura. This is going to be an icing call as we get the whistle here from Jay Shares. Well, the Coors Light Thursday Night Party Pack is back this week when the Coyotes host the Wild. You can get 2 lower-level tickets and 2 beers for $99. Purchase yours today at 480-563-PUCK or visit phoenixcoyotes.com. We touched on the standings, and it is early, but we like to do this second half of the season. Coyotes and the Wild tied with 49 points entering action tonight. For the Coyotes with 3 games in hand, they'll need you here cheering for them Thursday night. The Wild in Los Angeles tonight as we give you the updated standings. Coyotes with 49 points. Minnesota 49. And the Coyotes, by virtue of those 3 games in hand, Tyson, are in the A spot instead of 9.
And those are the games that you have to bank. You have to win those hockey games, otherwise they don't mean anything. We're just into the second half of the season. It's time for this Phoenix Coyotes team to start amping it up.
Lee Stempniak
been doing a lot of talk the last month and a half. It's time to now back it up. They're getting healthy. Shane Doan back. McCulloch was on the ice today.
Chance down low. Good a block off that time by Yandel. And it allows Korpikoski to race it back. His shot, that goes off netting, so we'll get a face-off inside the Calgary zone. Lauri Korpikoski named to the Finnish Olympic team, so congratulations to the Corpedo.
Here's another guy that was injured for a significant amount of time in the last month. He's back and contributing offensively, and that's what this team needs. They depend on everyone. When one guy goes out, it's sometimes a tough hole to fill.
Yandle looking to go to the front of the net on a pass, but it's blocked away. TJ Brody that time all over him, and this puck's going to go all the way back. We're going to get a whistle and an icing call here against the Calgary Flames. Yeah, a bit of an Olympic theme tonight for sure. And congratulations to the Coyotes starting goaltender on most nights, Mike Smith, one of the 3 named to the Canadian Olympic team. Talked to him this morning, and yeah, it was on his mind. It's been on his mind for a while. Sean Burke,
Huge part of Mike Smith's climb back to the NHL, and look at Mike Smith and what he has done. We talked about it this morning. 2010, he was in Norfolk, riding the bus, eating soggy subs, and now he is on Team Canada, going to Sochi. Are you kidding me? I can't imagine he ever dreamt that when he was in the American League.
played in behind the net. Thomas Greiss. They're not only soggy subs, but how about bus pillow? You know, you've been on the bus all night. Pillow kind of, you got your pillow there and it kind of smells,
And he deserves it, though. I mean, you look at the playoffs that he had 2 years ago for this team. He can play on the big stage. They know it. And how he played, Dave Tippett talked about it in the World Championships last summer. That's where he really earned his stripes and put himself on the map for Team Canada.
And we talked about it in the pregame show tonight on Coyotes Live. Brigitte, his wife, an Olympian in 06 and 10, and Diane Pratt. This is a nugget that we uncovered today. Was part of the ski team for the Canadian Olympic team back at the Sapporo, Japan Olympics in 1972.
Oh, you were down deep in the mine shaft, digging that nugget up, eh?
No, he let it go to everybody, so I can't take credit for that one. But
what a talented family.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All three of them are at the Smiths right now.
I was walking around at practice, though, with my miner's hat on. Just looking for nuggets. I was prospecting as this one comes in front. It's going to be taken away by Connor Murphy.
That's pretty exciting stuff for the Smith family.
Antoine Vermette.
But now what? That's 5 weeks away. Now this team needs to get back into contention and put themselves in real good shape before the Olympic break so they can put on a major push to the playoffs.
Played right back and over the line, and this one's going to be handled by Berra, and we'll get a whistle and a stoppage. And a little bit of pushing and shoving in behind the net. Klinkhammer, and I believe that's TJ Brody eyeing one another. And while they look at one another, we'll remind you that when the Coyotes win, you win at Papa John's the day after every Coyotes win. Celebrate with 50% off your online order at papajohns.com by typing in promo code Coyotes. Don't forget this offer only available online and on regular menu prices.
I like that by Klinkhammer. Get in there. Get dirty. Well, he's got 15 points, but he's a third, fourth line guy. You got to bring it. You're big. You're a straight line player. You got to be, you got to be hard to play against.
Laddie Smead, what a pickup he was for this Calgary blue line. There's a chance. Curling is Korpikoski, but he lost it.
Great job by the Calgary Flames defending.
Over the line. Byron gives it off. Smead with a shot, and Greiss makes the save, and he holds. We'll step out. 5:39 remaining in a scoreless first. All ages enjoying this one tonight. Coyotes and Flames, no score with 5:39 to go. Hey, tonight's Taco Bell Twitter poll all about the Olympics. Who's the favorite? Is it the USA, Russia, maybe Canada, maybe you like Finland's goaltending, maybe Sweden or the Czech Republic? Even though they may be a little bit older, tweet the @FoxSportsArizona account and use the Twitter hashtag listed to place your vote. And I know who Nasher's voting for already 5 times.
Phones are smoking.
Bringing off the hook. Verbata tried to feather one that time to the front. Was in behind the net. Korpikoski's going to chase it down here. Good battle there with Sean Monahan. Comes to the line, and Connor Murphy got picked that time.
Well, anytime you're 10 shots in with only 5 minutes left in a period, that's 2 real good defensive teams.
Hansel with a shot. Was blocked away. Korpikoski after it. Westgarth will take it away. And here's a chance for Colburn. Penalty coming up. Colburn with a backhander. Greiss made the save, and we get a whistle here. It's going to be a hooking call that's going to put the Calgary Flames on the power play.
Oh, how about this pass by Westgarth? Just threads the needle. And off they go, right down the pipe. Schlemko with a little tug on Colburn. Easy call to make.
Phoenix penalty number 6, 2 minutes hooking.
That's where you got to keep those gaps nice and tight. The two defensemen just got a little bit wide. Westgarth with a real nifty pass to Colburn. Draws the penalty.
So the Flames go to the power play. Vermette and Moss out there along with Klusla and Morris as the penalty killers for the Coyotes. Backhand to the line. Coyotes can't get it out. Brody holds on to it. Works it into the corner intended for Colburn. Camilleri now working the right wing boards. And they'll play it out to Giordano, but it goes past his stick and all the way down the length of the ice. Flames with 4 power play goals in their last 16 road games.
Not good. The Coyotes, though, they've allowed 3 power play goals in the last 2 games. They need to clean up on the penalty kill, be a lot more aggressive, just way too passive.
Brody with it, turns it now. Camilleri with a shot that's blocked away.
That's the trigger man right there.
To the front again, and a loose one. Played back to the line for Giordano. Brody, slapper, that might have hit the iron.
Yeah, that hit pipe. Camilleri is who they want to shoot that puck. 13 goals. He leads this Calgary Flames team in that department. He can let it fly.
Out of the zone, and Sean Monahan plays one around. Klusla's there. Carboard's trying to battle it out. Klusla still on the ice as this one comes to the front, and Wideman stopped that time. Greiss. Big save up high by Thomas Greiss as the Coyotes try to get it out, but they can't. Hoodler to the line for Wideman with a half a minute to go on the Flames power play. Goes across. Butler takes a shot. That went off Greiss. At the line. Butler now, left point. Coyotes digging deep here late in the penalty kill as Wideman now will play it into the corner for Yuri Hoodler. Out high. Wideman, he shoots. That goes the Karaming wide.
Perfect rebound control from Greiss.
Hoodler still with it. Hoodler now holding on to it. Power play about to expire. Chance Monahan sent it wide. And this one's out of there and cleared all the way back to center. Schlemko now on the ice. He'll go to the bench.
What a penalty kill by the Phoenix Coyotes, led by their goaltender, Thomas Greiss. 3 shots, 3 huge saves by Greiss.
Deanna will move it for Ribeiro. Rink wide, over the line, go. Little pull-up move. Here he shoots. He just missed wide.
Oh, was that pretty by the big captain. Old Twinkle Toes coming down that left side.
Battle for it down low. Doan in the middle of it. So is Mike Ribeiro. Or excuse me. Now played back to the line and holding on to it. That was actually Mikel Bacher. My apologies. As Doan now will throw it back in front. Now Ribeiro. Trying to take it into the corner. He puts it in behind the net as Bacher will chase it down. Now Ribeiro leaves it there. Doan. This one's going to be wrapped around, and Morris can't keep it the left or at the right point, and it's cleared all the way back.
Again, you look at the Calgary Flames. The Coyotes just cannot penetrate into any type of scoring area. Calgary keeping them to the outside.
Ribeiro will send one in. Right back in the line. Now it's knocked away and out of the zone back through center. Backlund trying to get around Vermette. Backlund backhander, and that goes wide. Speed will keep. Works it in behind the net. Hoodler locked up that time by Stone, and we get a whistle here with 1:23. But how about the captain just moments ago as we take a look at our view from the ice, courtesy of the Schwartz Laser Eye Center.
Yeah, beautiful power move by the captain, Shane Doan. And then Thomas Greiss in the other end. The big glove save on Wideman. Just so calm and cool. He's down, taking away the lower part of the net. He knows the only place to shoot that puck is up top, glove side, and he robs him.
Coyotes are going to work it back to center ice as Klinkhammer picks it up. Over the line, he'll shoot. There, I got a piece. Good keep of the line, Antoine Vermette. It's taken away by Wideman. Get over the the line this time, and holding on to it is Monahan with a shot over the top, and we go under a minute remaining in this opening period. Whipped right back by T.J. Brodie, and this one is out of play.
You got to give a lot of credit to the Calgary Flames and how they've defended here in a back-to-back situation.
Good period, good road period.
They've only allowed 6 shots on goal with 54 seconds remaining. That is textbook. Systematically airtight by the Flames. Not many scoring chances, maybe 1 or 2 for the Coyotes.
Giordano will get it back to center ice. This one's taken away. Hansel flips it over the defender, Giordano. And T.J. Brodie will play. Out of the zone, back through center. And now Vrbata will set it up. 9-6 shots favoring the Flames. Talked about their lack of shot totals throughout the season in terms of putting up big numbers. Tonight they've got the edge with 22 seconds remaining in the period. Colburn to the line, and we get a whistle here on the offside. Well, coming up, Todd will chat with the captain, Shane Doan. In our first intermission, we'll also take a closer look and recap the Coyotes Olympians that are headed to Sochi. We'll have our stats and highlights from the opening period.
Captain Shane Doan, he's only going to get better as it goes along. Missed a month, 12 games. You can't just step in and think you're going to start where you left off, because he was hot. 15 points in 13 games, I believe, before he got bit with that virus. Let's hope he gets back to that level soon.
Big battle. Morris in behind the net with a couple of seconds to go, and finally it's taken away by Ribeiro, and that'll end it. The first period has come to a close. Okay, Calgary, good road period. Got to give credit to the Flames, but I thought the Coyotes did a lot of good things too, defensively much better in that opening period.
Yeah, still they got to get more shots on net. Calgary Flames doing a good job getting in those shooting lanes. Now that puck gets back to the D, you have to find a lane, get the puck there, and crash that net.
Not a lot of shots. The Flames had 9 to the 6 posted by the Phoenix Coyotes. End of 1 tonight, no score. Flames and Coyotes in the 3rd game of the season series. Todd Walsh with the captain Shane Doan when we return. First intermission of Coyotes hockey was presented by Jack in the Box. Try the new jalapeno burger for only $3.99 plus tax at a participating Jack in the Box. Welcome back, Coyotes. Getting set here as they head back to the ice for period number 2. Battling the Calgary Flames, and we talked a lot about the Olympians for the Coyotes in that opening period. What about the Calgary Flames? They've got a couple. Rito Barrow, the goaltender, he'll play for Switzerland in his first appearance. And congratulations as well to Ladislav Smid, who will be a part of the Czech Republic. And tonight's Cold Hard Facts are also Olympic-based. It's brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. What about Sochi, Russia? Where is it? Well, it's located in southern Russia on the Black Sea, a population of just a little under 350,000. Humid subtropical climate. I know these are all the things that were on your mind, Tyson. Average temperature of 50 degrees. That's not too bad in the month of February. And they have built a security perimeter about 300 miles out around the city of Sochi. It's basically its own country during the Olympics.
All I can say is it's going to be rocking in Sochi. That is the place to be. It'll be a ton of fun for all those athletes, the work that they have put in.
And I know while all the athletes in Sochi are going to be laboring hard for their countries, you'll have a couple of cucumbers over your eyes somewhere in Maui, I'm sure. I'll miss you.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing a college game over the break, so.
I'll be in Detroit at my son's hockey tournament. I know you're jealous.
That's right. Well, I'll be right down the road in Oxford, Ohio, so I don't know, maybe we can meet in Bowling Green or Finley or something. And
no, we're
have
good.
Coffee.
We're good.
I think you're right.
I love you.
I know. 12 seconds into it as we go on, and we get a face-off outside the Coyotes' blue line. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be great hockey for sure. And we've got an interesting one developing here. 9-6 shots through 1.
Time to dig in.
Yeah.
Time to dig in. We talked about the keys to the game. Desperation mode. They're playing to the Calgary Flames level. Let's be honest. Time to step it up here a little bit. Get rolling.
Keith Yandel will bring it back through center ice. This one goes right to Rito Berra. Tries to flip it out. Yandel could keep it alive. Well, they're going to say this one came out, and so we're going to whistle and a chance to send it down to Todd Walsh.
Tyson, frustration from the coaching staff, just like you alluded to. Talked to Jim Playfair just a couple of moments ago, saying that they were lamenting what just happened in that first period. The Coyote coaching staff thought the Coyotes should have pushed the Flames harder in that first period because of their travel and play last night. So he said now in the second and third period, they have to be quicker, harder, and more consistent in every facet of the game and concentrate on second and third efforts on the puck.
Speed, Walshy. This is a fast skating Phoenix Coyote team. We haven't seen that. You have to give Calgary credit. They're clogging things up. They're trying to slow down the Phoenix Coyotes. So if that's the case, chip and chase. Bang them in their own zone. Below the goal line. Start being physical. Forget about the puck. Take the body. Second guy comes in for the puck. Pick it up. That's how you'll create offense. This team doesn't score a lot of pretty goals. They don't score a lot off the rush. Get in there and get dirty.
Played all the way back to center ice. I think it's a lot of know your role. And if you go back 2 years ago, and yeah, there was a bit of a different makeup to this team, but guys played within their roles. They knew exactly what they had to do, and it's just a little bit off. And it's been that way for a little while here. As this one is steered wide of Greiss. Played in behind the net, Connor Murphy. Well, the Coyotes will look to get it out, and they clear it all the way back down. Lori Korpikoski on the Calgary side of center red, so we play on.
It just seems like, to me, the Coyotes are overthinking. You got to turn your brain off. Turn your brain off, rely on your instincts, and do what got you here.
Doan with a shot. That rode up. I do that well, by the way, and the puck is played all the way back.
Turn your brain off.
Yes, I do.
Good point by you.
And now Michael Stone.
You can overthink it.
Played right to the line, and it is, to me, it's a basic game. You get shots at the net. A lot of times, maybe you don't think you have the angle, but things can happen in front. There's a chance. Overskated that time, and now Bodker will bring it back. Coyotes spread it out. Over the line, Doan takes a shot. That's what I'm talking about. Just get pucks on net, and they score! Never a bad thing to shoot the puck at the net, and it pays off, and the Coyotes have taken a 1-0 lead.
What happened? Shane Doan gets the puck. He shoots it at the net. Rebound, McCall Bodker jumps on it. And I think he just throws it at the net. This might go off of the captain, Shane Doan. Bodker below the goal line, just throws it at the net. It hits somebody in front. Here's a look. It hits the captain. It's either Shane Doan or Wideman taking Shane Doan to the net and ends up behind Berra. I think this is going to the captain, Shane Doan, and I believe it is. I think it goes off up high, hits him right in the left shoulder, or right up the jaw, and into the back of the net. You go to the net, you throw it at the net, and good things happen. Good bounce. His 13th of the year, and he will take it in his second game back. After missing a month, 12 games, he gets rewarded.
But hold on. As this play is under review, and Dan O'Halloran wearing the headset.
They're just making sure it wasn't kicked in or put in with a hand gloved in, which from every angle I've seen hasn't. Shane Doan, you can see him pointing to his shoulder. Hits him right in the left arm.
They kind of flinched.
Yeah, there we go.
This will be great.
Off the goalie, off the left arm. That is a good goal, folks.
Great look from all of our men and women in the truck here tonight. Shane Doan certainly excited, sharing a moment with defenseman Keith Yandel.
You think he loves the game of hockey?
Here we go.
After further review, the call on the ice stands. We have a good goal.
Did you see Shane Doan's face? He loves it. He loves it. He's 37 years old, 19 years in the league, and he is still loving it. Why wouldn't you? You put the Coyotes on the board, his 13th of the season. He's like a little kid, a big little kid.
Bodker now with a point-scoring streak. He had a goal in that game against Philadelphia on Saturday night. And Mike Ribeiro also picking up an assist on. Doan's 13th at 207. A huge lift here for the Coyotes early in the second.
We knew that big goal was going to be important. You know, they talked about it. You don't want to let the Calgary Flames hang around, but now certainly you don't want to let up.
Chris Butler in behind him. Former Coyotes analyst Charlie Schumer, who now works the games for Calgary. He's next door tonight. He told me one time when we were working in Anaheim together, he said, you got to shoot the puck. I mean, it's basic. We were just talking about the basics of the game, and they were able to get a puck on net, and it doesn't matter how it goes in. Off a stick, off your body.
When you're struggling, you simplify it. When your power play is struggling, you just get the puck and shoot it. Get overly fancy, that's when you get yourself into trouble. You're already squeezing the sawdust out of your stick. Just make it easy on yourself and on your teammates. And when you know they're going to shoot it every time, it's easy to read off of it, so you just go to the net.
When it goes to your point too, Tyson, of just don't even think about it. Make it simple, turn your brain off. Yandle will play it into the corner. So true. And Yandle now back out high. Gives it off. Morris is going to let it rip. And a shot blocked out high.
Oh, what a block there. Talk about sacrificing your body. That was backward.
Yandle at his own blue line got it out. Took on 3 Flames defenders. And here's a chance for Vada. Over the line, Korpikoski took a shot. Rebound, they put it home. Came out high, and Martin Hansel has made it 2-0.
And Radim Vrbata earned this assist. He gets a couple pats on the back. He takes this one right in the meat, right in the calf. He's going to the net. Little drop pass. Korpikoski pegs him right in that right leg. And that puck bounces right to Martin Hansel. Empty net. Thank you very much. Again, you shoot the puck. Here's the shot. Here it comes. Oh, right in the calf. And right to his big buddy, Martin Hansel, in the back of the net. And another big goal.
3:43, the time of the even strength goal. So the Coyotes get a pair here in the opening 4 of the second period. 2 goals in 1:36. Klinkhammer can't set it up, and it's turned the other way and out of the zone that time as it's played right back in by Sean Monahan. Greiss will bring it around. And Antoine Vermette will get it out. Over the line, Moss took a shot blocked. Here's a chance. Klinkhammer just sent one wide. Back of the line, Stone, and this one goes off netting.
They are rolling now. Talk about momentum. You can feel it right now. The ice is tilted. Korpikoski gets over the blue line, no hesitation. Tee it up. Off the leg. Nobody picks up Martin Hansel. Calgary Flames couldn't have saw that coming. Fortuitous bounce for Hansel, his 12th of the season. Wide open cage.
Back to center ice and in over the line. Colburn. Challenged that time by Ribeiro. Ribeiro going to try to take it away. And out of the zone it goes. Back to center. Bodker with it. Over the line, Ribeiro. Nice little move there. Try to go to the outside. TJ Brody will take it away. By the way, Bodker assisting on that Doan goal. He is now tied his personal best in terms of points. Career high 28. Ties his best. The Coyotes with a 2-0 lead here. And let's see if they can maybe go killer instinct here tonight against a Flames team that doesn't score a lot. So to bring the face-off outside the zone. We played 4 minutes and 56 seconds. McGrattan will take it away. Into the corner. Battle with Paul Bissonnette. The Coyotes will get it out to center ice. Jeff Halpern that time. Hard hit from Lance Boma. Now the Flames and Chris Butler will send it right back in, but we get a whistle here. They're going to bring this one back to center ice.
Well, another look at the goal here. Keith Yandle draws 3 defenders to him. You stop it here, you can put a circle around all three of them. And then, worse, two of them are going to go for a line change. Quick up by Derek Morris. Verbata to Korpikoski, and the puck is in the back of the net. The Calgary Flames could never regroup. Those two players that changed in the neutral zone could never get back into the play. So a bad change led to that goal, and the Coyotes capitalized on it. That's the big thing. They give you something, you have to take it and make them pay. And I believe we got a face-off violation now coming up to the Calgary Flames. It's going to be staging. Take a look. Going to lean.
Calgary number 18, 2 minutes delay, game concealing the puck.
It's the free hand. He grabs the puck. Yeah, grabs the puck. That's a new rule this year. So now up to Cobb. The Coyotes an opportunity on the power play.
Officially a face-off violation minor at 5:22.
The Coyotes over the last 13 in their last 4 games. Their last 10 games, only 3 for 34.
So the Coyotes on their first Arizona Lottery Powerball power play. Bodker. Bit of a different wrinkle here as Bodker plays one of the points. Dave Tippett talked about maybe mixing it up as he's got Ribeiro, Hansel, and Verbata with the point men Yandel and Bodker. Don't forget no Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So now Ribeiro works it along. Rink wide, try to keep it in that time. Keith Yandel works it towards the front. Now behind the net, back to the front again. Here's Yandel. Try to send one across there for Ribeiro. Good keep of the line by Bodker. Now Yandel. Rister blocked away. And the Flames will bring it back.
Good puck movement there by the Coyotes. 3-on-2 the other way. That's where you got to make sure those shots get through. You have traffic in front. You don't want that play to stop there.
Coyotes need to get the power play going. 0 for 13 over their last 4 games, but maybe more telling, just 9 shots on those power plays. Hansel into the corner, and they'll work it back out high. Ribeiro jamming at it. Stempniak can't clear it. Yandel takes over. Flips one there. Bodker into the corner. And Hansel going after it as well. 5 players battling for it. Now Shane Doan all over it, but it's cleared all the way back inside the Coyotes zone with a half a minute to go, and 1 shot so far on this man advantage.
Well, Dave Tippett always talks about it. It's not always about scoring and getting that goal. It's about building momentum, keeping momentum. That is a pretty good puck movement on that power play. A lot better than we've seen the last few games anyway.
Well, we talked about the wrinkle, so to speak, and Mikhail Bodker's numbers, and talked about those 28 points that now ties a career high. Bill Brown, a big part of the power play, was really humming earlier in this season, but playing a little bit shorthanded. So Bodker as a point man instead of Oliver Ekman-Larsson, who is sidelined.
And he's done it before, and he's doing it here tonight. Coyotes need to make some changes. They were out on the ice early before practice started yesterday working on their power play. And that's how power plays go. It's not always going to be smooth sailing. They have their peaks and valleys, and right now the Coyotes are in a little bit of a lull.
Back to center, Vermette. Got it in over the line, but it's taken away. 8 to go on the power play, and Schlemko will flip it along, and now Keith Yandel will get it back to center ice. Over the line, Korpikoski right to the net. He shoots, and a stop by Berra as the penalty has come to an end. Coyotes offense coming to life. First the captain, and then Martin Hansel. 2-0.
Coyote bench with Radim Verbata. You paid for that assist the hard way, did you not?
Hit me hard, but it's nice that when after that, so I take it.
All right, here's that 2-goal lead again. I know your coaches wanted you to play harder, more consistent, faster. How do you keep that lead?
Well, we have to go after them, keep playing the same way we started the second, and then go after them and hopefully score some more.
Thanks, Radim.
Thanks.
Guys?
Thanks, Todd. Go after them. I like that. And again, it gets back to that killer instinct, Tyson.
Yeah, do not feel good about yourself. Keep working. Feel good about yourself after the game. But right now is no time. Keep that foot on the gas pedal. Pedal. Keep pumping them.
Linkhammer's shot goes wide to the line. Morris will take a shot. That went off of Moss's stick. He broke it. Now back to the line for Yandel. Try to get one to the front. Vermette is there. Now he'll take it in behind the net. Vermette kind of spun around there a little bit. And it's moved out. Moss will play it along for Connor Murphy. And Murphy sends one right back in. Dennis Wideman looks to get it out. Coyotes with an outburst in shots. They're getting their offense going a little bit here tonight in this second period with a 2-0 lead. We get a whistle here. And it looks like a tripping call coming up here that's going to put Calgary on the power play.
That was Backlund. Good speed through the neutral zone.
6 Phoenix, 2 minutes for tripping.
Schlemko, his second penalty of the game. Radim Vrbata, I think probably was the guilty party. He reaches in right there. Schlemko was just going for the hit. So he might have got the raw end of that deal. So another big penalty kill coming up for Phoenix. Don't want to give anything back to the Flames. Nothing to feel good about.
Overall, the Flames 16th in the NHL in penalty kill. They've been brutal on the road at 27th. So we're going to face off here as Brian comes in to take the draw after Monahan got chased. And it goes right back to the front. TJ Brody now will look to set it up inside that left point. Back of the line, Giordano. Big kill here, Yuri Hudler. Now Yuri Hudler will look to work it along the boards and back out high for Giordano. Hudler now to Giordano. Got one through, and that stopped, and a rebound hit the outside of the net. Byron will work it out high. Hudler thought about it. He gets it right back, and his shot goes wide. Korpikoski out there killing the penalty with Derek Morris, Martin Hansel, and Rusty Klesla. Out he's trying to get it out. That time Korpikoski overskated it a little bit. But it's Klesla, and he'll send down the length of the ice.
What a veteran play there by Klesla. Hudler had the boards taken away. That's where most people would shoot that puck, just try to rim it up the boards. Klesla gets it, fires it right up the gut of the ice.
One Calgary shot so far. Hudler gets around Dave Moss and back it over the line. Giordano to set it up. Holds back out high. Wideman, and now Giordano. Kind of working that blue line as he gets it over to Camilleri. Now Camilleri for Hudler and back out high. Hudler has it right circle. Back out high, down low. Camilleri tried to go through the slot, and that was broken up. Good stick there, Connor Murphy, but he can't get it out.
Sticks in lanes.
Now Camilleri. Wideman. Back out high, Camilleri. Tees one up, stop that time by Greiss. 16 to go in the power play. Now Wideman gets it down low there. Trying to work it across. Camilleri with a shot. And a glove save. Thomas Greiss with 4 seconds to go. And so far, 3 Flame shots on the man advantage.
Camilleri can't figure out what more he needs to do. Coyotes can't get to this shooting lane. Right on the money for Camilleri. Right to left by Thomas Greiss to snatch that out of midair. This is the play I was talking about, Klesla. Most players would rim it up the boards. He puts it right up the gut of the ice. Veteran play there by Klesla.
Coyotes win the draw. Morris will wrap it around. Penalty is over. Good keep, though, by Butler. So the Coyotes are back to full strength with under 10 minutes remaining, but it's pressure here from the Calgary Flames. Brody out high. This one bounces in front and cleared into the corner.
Stepniak with the redirect in front. Nice job by the Coyotes defending.
Bodker will get it out for Vermette. Right wing side, the trailer was Yandel. Try to get one in front, and that rolls right to the crease. And it'll pop out in front where TJ Gallardi will get it out. Michael Stone's going to try to move this to the front, but it hit a broken stick. And now the puck bounces, and it's cleared out of the zone. McGrattan couldn't keep.
That's one of those plays there by Michael Stone. You have to stay away from a backhand pass through the middle. Use the boards. Use the net. Protect yourself. You cannot afford a turnover right there. Part of the puck management that we talked about being one of the keys to this hockey game.
Backing over the line, Ribeiro. Coyotes now go for a shift change here. 8:44 remaining. Back of the line it goes. Murphy with a a wrister, and that was blocked away. And it's cleared out of the zone and back through center ice for Matt Stage and been picked again. And finally sent right back in where Greiss will steer.
Good tight gaps by the defensemen of the Coyotes. Connor Murphy and Klesla not backing off, stepping up and forcing the turnover.
Turnover here by the Flames. Korpikoski tried to work it towards the front. That rolled right off his stick. Flames looked to chip it. And this one played in by Kevin Westgard. Back of the line, and now into the corner it goes. Backlund tried to get it in front. A chance there for Colburn, and it goes over the glass and out of play. Stick around. Kid Caster is up next. Welcome back. 2-0 Coyotes, and it's time for our Sanderson Ford Kid Caster. And joining us tonight is Alex Milne. Alex, welcome to the booth. I saw you were interviewing Mikkel Boedker. How did that go?
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I heard you had some good questions for Mikkel, and you were asking him about Denmark. Did you learn anything about Denmark tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, a few things. Okay. Well, we got a great game tonight, Alex. How old are you, bud?
11.
11.
He's a hockey player, too. Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
You going to play for the Coyotes one day?
Yeah.
What position do you play?
Center.
Nice. Big centerman, huh? Who are you watching today? Who are you keeping your eye on today to watch? Who do you want to play like?
Boedker.
Boedker?
Boedker.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
All right.
Let's look at your numbers, so to speak. Let's look at your hockey card, if you want to call it that, Alex. You go to Coyote Hills Elementary School, and you got a sister, Brittany. She's a little older than you. You love Martin Hansel. You like the Cardinals, and you took a vacation to Seattle, which evidently you loved, and you want to be an NHL player. Now, I got a question for you. Be honest, okay? When you go back to Coyote Hills Elementary tomorrow, do you think you're going to be signing autographs for all the kids in your class?
Maybe.
Since you're on TV, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about any of the ladies? You want to say hello to any of the ladies back at school? You got a girlfriend?
No.
No, you probably got 10.
No.
That smile.
I bet you're going to have you're going to have the girls hanging over you tomorrow when you go back to school, because you're going to be so popular from being on TV.
I know. Matt was one of those guys I used to steal his lunch money at school.
So tell us why you like hockey.
Well, it's a really fun sport.
Yeah. What
rough.
else? It's rough. Are you physical when you play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got all your teeth, so you haven't lost too many fights, eh?
I have a question for you, Alex. The Olympics are coming up, right? So who's going to win? You don't know.
USA.
Pick the United States. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Now Tyson might disagree with you because he grew up in Canada, right? Shot in the goal, and it's Boedker. And Alex Milne is a good luck charm.
Yes,
And it's
he
3-0
is.
Coyotes.
And that's Mikkel Boedker's second point of the game. You might have to interview him every game. What a goal. And it all starts on a face-off win. Coyotes win the draw. They pounce on the puck. And nothing fancy. Little feed, cute little backhand pass there by Ribeiro under the stick of the defender and in the back of the net. Look at that pass under the stick of Brody. Right on the ice, stick side. That is a beauty for Mikkel Boedker, who now has 5 points in his last 7 games. Starting to heat up. His 13th goal. That's a career high, folks.
And Alex, that career high, I think you might have something to do with it. You interviewed him before the game. He might want you to come back and do the interview again before the next game because you're the good luck charm. So the Coyotes with a 3-0 lead as they try to bust it open here against the Flames. And Bissonetto play it into the corner where Jeff Halpern goes after it. The goal reads, Boedker his 13th, Mike Ribeiro and Connor Murphy assisting. So the Coyotes now with a 3-0 lead as Alex Milne from Coyote Hills Elementary School in Peoria joining us on tonight's Sanderson Ford Kid Caster, and Stajan will work it in behind the net. Back out to the front. I think a piece of that one. How about that save, Thomas Greiss, as it pops all the way back.
That's cat-like, eh, Alex? See those reflexes by Greiss? Cat-like.
So we're going to face off all the way back inside the zone. But Alex, here are some of the numbers for Mikkel Boedker. 13 goals, 16 assists, 29 points. And before the game, We went behind the scenes. We had our cameras out. We were spying on you, Alex, and saw you getting ready. And
Look at that smile.
yeah, you signed your hat. We saw your hat when you walked into the booth today. So your good buddy Mikkel Bakker with his 13th of the season at 12:40. And it looks like we get a timeout here, and it's being called by the Phoenix Coyotes. So Tyson, 3-0, gas pedal. We all know about that. And what we also know is the Kidcaster, Alex Milne, here tonight. And don't forget, if you're between the ages of 10 and 14 and you've dreamed about being a Coyotes announcer, you can join us for the Sanderson Ford Kidcaster auditions at jobbing.com Arena on Thursday, January the 16th from 5:30 to 7 near Section 112. And you never know, you could see yourself on a Coyotes broadcast, just like Alex here tonight.
Well, how do you think I got my job? That's where it all started.
You went down to the section, Tyson? No. Weidman back at the line. He'll take a shot. That goes wide. And now Smead will work it back to the line for Backlund. This one's taken away, and the Coyotes will look to get it out, and they clear it where Smead will set it up here for the Calgary Flames.
Good choice there by Dave Tippett to call that timeout, to give his fourth line a chance to recover and of getting that puck out. No momentum earned for the Calgary Flames.
Played along in Klesla. And now it's moved back in. Klesla challenging Camilleri. Now Korpikoski has it. They'll look to skate it out. Doan, Hansel, and Bodker, the Coyotes' goals here tonight against Calgary.
See that play right there by Korpikoski? Gets the puck over the red line and just jumps and dumps it in. Simple play, but a smart play. It's all about puck management.
Alex Milne, thanks for joining us on the Sanderson Ford Kidcaster. It's 3-0 Coyotes. Back our CenturyLink link to what's next. The Coyotes will be home Thursday against Minnesota. But Ryan Suter, fresh off his first career hat trick of the rest of the Wild, invade jobbing.com Arena. Coyotes Live presented by CenturyLink starts our coverage at 6:30. The Wild tonight in Los Angeles. By the way, 6 second period goals for the Phoenix Coyotes over the last 2 games. As this one's going to be played back, and we get a whistle and an icing call. Big thanks to Alex Milne for joining us just moments ago on the Sanderson Ford Kidcaster.
A real good job here by the Coyotes, answering what the coaching staff wanted to see more of. More pressure. Roll the sleeves up, get to work, and they have done that. Really simplified their game.
Knocked away Stempniak. And now Brody. Out of the zone, back through center. This one's played away. And Moss. There's Connor Murphy, who got an assist on that Bodker goal. Gets it across center red before Stempniak will take it away. Stempniak works it in before he lost it. Stempniak played 100 games here with the Coyotes, and Antoine Vermette draws a penalty here. They're going to get Colburn. It's going to be a tripping call. So the Coyotes will go to the power play.
Once again, back to the power play because they're moving their feet.
Calgary, number 8, 2 minutes tripping.
Colburn going in for the big hit. A little bit of a dangerous play there. Antoine Vermette is all right. And now a chance for the Coyotes to do some more damage on the power play. Good puck movement last time. Generated 3 shots on net. Now it's time to capitalize.
Hansel, Verbata, Ribeiro. And it's Yandel and Bodker as the point man. A shot goes over the top of the Calgary net. Bodker now to the corner, Ribeiro. Upended that time, Martin Hansel by Giordano. Now Butler's going to try to get it out. Kept momentarily by Bodker, and he'll have to set it up for Yandel across center. Now Bodker right back with it, gets it in over the line. Yandel sent it right to the glove of Rito Berra. And we'll get a whistle and a stoppage of play. Special teams, it's interesting. They could be really good at home, really bad on the road. Well, If you look at the numbers on the road for the Calgary Flames, they are not very good. Power play near the bottom. Penalty kill is we documented earlier near the bottom.
It's been a tough year for the Calgary Flames. They came out of the gates flying. Big surprise in the NHL early in the season, just unable to sustain it.
I believe no regulation losses in their first 5 games. Yandel and now Bodker. And Yandel couldn't keep that time, and it's played back where Ribeiro can't move it along, and so Paul Byron will set it up. 1 shot so far, and a power play that has a little less than a minute remaining in it. So now Yandel will work it out. Gave it to Vermette. Flips it back in behind the net. Barra. Bodker lost it. Turnover. Back the other way. Westgarth. Across. And a shot hit the outside of the net from Stepniak. Excuse me, Gallardi. He'll play it back to the line. Giordano. Now Stepniak. Gallardi, the former Avalanche, can't move it along, and so Ribeiro will get it back to center. Mike Ribeiro taking his time. Shift change on here for the Coyotes with 6 seconds to go, so they get the lineup set here as Ribeiro brings it back in, tried to drag it instead of getting it deep.
Phoenix really missing Oliver Ekman-Larsson in every category, but definitely
Stepniak with a chance there that's covered up by Greiss.
Definitely on the power play. You look at Mikkel Bodker, the right side of your screen. He's a left-handed shot, playing the right point. Take a look, gets the puck on the blue line, tries to make a simple play up the boards, and he's not a defenseman. Last man back. That's a lot of pressure on Mikkel to make that play.
Playing on the right side.
You don't spend a lot of time on that blue line. A little bit out of sorts. A little panic mode.
Did you ever play defense, the position growing up?
No, I could barely play offense. Let alone defense.
Thrown back out high. Nobody there. Weidman was, well, shall we say, a little wide on the blue line there. Yandel picks it off, and he'll dump it right back in over that Calgary blue line before he'll play it back inside of his own zone.
But I can tell you, I have played it for fun in practices, and it's a different feeling. It is a very different feeling being counted on to make that last, really, wall of defense, if you will. You never want to bobble that puck. You think it looks so easy. That puck comes back to you on the blue line. Well, if you bobble it and turn it over, the other team's on a breakaway. That's not a good feeling.
Into the corner, good battle down low. Chipchura, Rube, cuts in front, he shoots, it's blocked. Smith got right in the middle of that one.
What a block by Smith. How about the move of Chipchura? Just parting of the Red Seas, the defensive zone. It's really one of the only defensive breakdowns that the Calgary Flames have had tonight.
Well, he's had a couple of sequences like that tonight too, Tyson, where he's been very patient with the puck. As Butler now will send one over the top of the Coyotes net.
And you got to think, the Calgary Flames, the first 2 goals were very lucky for the Coyotes. One went off the shoulder of Shane Doan, and the other one, a real lucky bounce off the leg of Radim Vrbata.
Under a minute to go in the second, 3-0 Coyotes. I'm sure they'd be thrilled to get out of this period with that score. Comes in front, and Chipchura is going to move it along there for Michael Stone, and he'll hustle it across center and dump one deep. Klinkhammer back out as he puts on pressure inside the Calgary blue line. Yandel up the ice, Klinkhammer off the boards and down. But this is going to be an icing call with 17.3. Well, today is Twitter Tuesday, and fans who follow the Coyotes received a special ticket offer to Thursday's game against the Minnesota Wild. There are more Twitter Tuesday offers every week this month, so be sure to follow the handle @Phoenix Coyotes. Giordano. Puck over that blue line, cleared all the way back by the Calgary Flames. They'll chase it down, and this is pretty much going to do it here for the second period as the horn sounds. Well, what a period for the Coyotes, and it was keyed by Mikkel Bakker, just to name one of the players. He'll chat with Todd Walsh. We'll also take a further in-depth look at the Coyotes Olympians and also have our stats and highlights from the second period. So the offense comes to life, Tyson.
Well, we talked about it. They needed to get into it, get involved, go after them. It's the team that played the night before, and did they ever? Two simple plays. Get the puck at the net, a couple good fortuitous bounces, and the puck is in the back of the net. A solid period by the Phoenix Coyotes. Now, you hope they learn their lesson and they don't sit back.
13 shots through 2, 3 goals on the board. Doan is 13th, Angela's 12th, and Bakker his 13th. And speaking of Mikkel, he joins Todd Walsh next. Here from Jobbing.com Arena. Coyotes hockey on Fox Sports Arizona is brought to you by Vequiva Hotel and Casino. Discover the all-new Vequiva Hotel and Casino. See with the VQ. By Jack in the Box. Try the new jalapeno barbecue burger for only $3.99 plus tax at a participating Jack in the Box. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on. Back and a look at a couple of the goal scorers here tonight.
Go, boys.
And the third one, including Martin Hansel, as we are underway here for the third period of play. And the Coyotes looking to bring this one home in a 3-0 lead through 2 against the Calgary Flames, and see how they can protect the lead here tonight against one of their rivals from the Pacific Division. Turnover here. And now play to the front. Backlund will work it to the front again. Oh, good stick there.
Good defensive coverage there by Korpikoski. Wide open net.
Play to the front. Yandel. And he'll clear it out as Korpikoski sends all the way down the length.
Korpikoski just saved the goal, but that was an area right there we talked about all game long. Puck management. Coyotes in total control. You can't give the puck up on the blue line.
Connor Murphy will play it in behind the net. Schlemko brings it back to center ice. Dave Moss in a battle. Moves it up for Antoine Vermette. Now into the corner and down low. Klinkhammer after, but it's cleared out. Here come the Flames. Stempniak gets it back in over the line. Giordano right back to the front, and Stempniak's shot is blocked away. TJ Brody keeps it at the right point as it goes down low, and Schlemko behind the net for Connor Murphy. And moved all the way back to center, where TJ Brody will look to move it up for the Calgary Flames. They got it in over the line before it's popped all the way back to the Flames blue line.
And if the Coyotes are smart, you know the Calgary's defense is going to push. They're going to jump, and you're going to catch them cheating for odd man rushes. You just have to stay within the system. Little chips. Little chip and chases all over the ice.
Butler has it. Turnover. Weidman with a shot and a stop by Greiss. Now we get a whistle here. A little bit of pushing and shoving in the crease.
Connor Murphy protecting his goaltender, Thomas Greiss. We talked about Korpikoski. Look at the back pressure by number 28. Breakdown. Korpikoski just gets enough. Gets a stick in that passing lane. Beautiful pass there across by Byron. But Korpikoski denies it and denies the Calgary Flames of their first goal of the hockey game. One of more reliable players defensively in all 3 zones is Lauri Korpikoski. Eats up a lot of minutes late in games.
Good overall game tonight. Weidman to the front. Stone locks up his man. Puck played in behind the net. And Martin Hansel will try to get it out. Finds Rusty Klesla, who moves it up for Verbata. Played around. Hansel got a little bit of a tug there. Cleared back to center. Stone. He'll send one right back in. This is going to be an icing call, though. He couldn't get to center edge, so the faceoff comes back. Well, third periods for head coach Dave Tippett. Been pretty good, 7th in the NHL. Those numbers a little bit skewed from earlier success. The Flames tied for last with a -14. That means they've allowed 14 more than they've scored.
Well, that hasn't been the case. Yeah, those are the numbers. But as you mentioned, good point by you. The start of the year, they were lights out. But lately, terrible. The third period has killed them lately. This is where they have to get better, dig down, play a full 60 minutes.
And obviously, the most important aspect is the 2 points, but it's also a good opportunity to be locked tight here in the third and gain the confidence that you can lock down games late.
Yeah.
Stop, and a rebound is sent wide. Rice got the first one.
Yeah, another good job there by Keith Yandel, taking away Stepniak, not getting puck focused.
Stone. Flames never make it easy. They certainly work very hard, and now Verbato bring it out. Dumped in that time, and Berra will give it off in behind the net.
You got to wonder how much energy is left in the tank for the Calgary Flames. They played last night in Colorado, traveled. And a big win in Colorado, I might add, as well.
And we talked about that earlier, about how maybe you have a fourth period phenomenon, but I agree with you. It gets harder as the game gets later.
Watch number 3, Keith Yandel, taking away the stick of Stepniak. If he doesn't, that's a goal. It's a wide open net. There's a shot from Backlund. Stepniak has that puck. He's in a scoring area. Keith Yandel doesn't even pay attention. Just takes the stick away and the body. Eliminates that scoring chance.
Vermette in a battle along the boards. Pops free. Coyotes will get it out. Chance here at Klinkhammer. Over the line. Feathered it to the front of the top for Moss.
Yeah, a little bit too much sauce there by Klinkhammer. Moss, nice job, though, beating Weidman to that front of the net.
That's a tough play for Klinkhammer because if he shoots and he misses the net, then that'll engage Calgary's opportunity up the ice as this one is played all the way back.
Yeah, another good option there, and you see it in practice all the time, is the winger going down the wall. Just rip it right at the pads. You never know. Big, juicy rebound. The shot pass play, they call it.
Nothing wrong with a big, juicy rebound. Played away.
Nothing.
And now Smead. He'll set it up inside of his own zone. 15:55 remaining in this third period. Now Colburn out of the corner. Back out high, Butler. Off a deflection. This one just goes wide of the mark. Colburn. Schlemko. Back out high, Smith. And now Butler. Taken away that time. Puck into the corner. Comes back out high, and this one is cleared out. Derek Smith. He plays it across for Chris Butler. Camilleri. Over the line. Stajan. Now Stajan to the front. This one again cleared back into the neutral zone by the Coyotes.
Coyotes need a little offensive zone time. Way too much time. The first 5 minutes seems like it's played entirely in their own zone.
Stepniak has it. Shot on. Stopped by Grice. And more pushing and shoving. Maybe the Coyotes a little frustrated with all that defensive zone time in front of goaltender Thomas Grice. Well, guess what? Saturday is Holler's birthday when the Coyotes host the Ducks at 6. That means you can buy a full-price lower-level ticket and get a free kids ticket. Plus, all kids aged 6 to 12 get to take a slap shot on the ice after the game. Tickets for this one are moving along, moving fast. So call 480-563-PUCK or visit PhoenixCoyotes.com/Holler to buy your seats today. Limit 1 free ticket per ticket purchased.
Calgary Flames now out shooting. The Phoenix Coyotes 19-14. Phoenix needs to turn up the heat a little bit.
TJ Brody. Good keep by Yandel. Sends it right back in. And behind the net, they work it to the front. Hansel was there. Sticked away. Good stick there by Brody. He'll get it back through center. Backlund now. Into the corner, Yandel with it. And Backlund doing a nice job to get it down low. Ghilardi back out high. Smead, wrister, and that goes wide. Kept at the line that time. Backlund. And out of the zone for Vrbata, but who flips it right back in. That gets Vrbata the extra time to get to the bench, and he's replaced by Mikkel Boedker. Over the line it goes, and Doan got it in over the line before it's taken away.
Nice little give and go between Doan and Mike Ribeiro. Calgary is really clogging it up in that neutral zone, not allowing Phoenix any sort of speed.
And all the way back down the length of the ice where we'll get an icing call here against the Coyotes.
Mike Ribeiro. Big point tonight on that Mikkel Boedker goal. We talked about the centerman. We got Ribeiro with a point tonight and Martin Hanzal with a goal tonight. Those are the big boys. You need scoring.
Over the glass, or over the top of the net, hitting the glass that time. Camilleri. Stempniak with it. Stepping up that time was Mike Ribeiro. They'll try to kick it in behind the net. Good play there by Ribeiro, and Coyotes will get it to center where Shane Doan will try to move it back and over the line. Talked to him this morning and asked him what his recovery was like after playing his first game the other night, because that was the big issue. What kind of recovery are we looking at? And he said he's happy with his progression. So he's progressing well. Giordano, I don't think he was too happy with his game, and he's as honest as they come.
He's just frustrating because he wants to do so much, yet he doesn't have the energy. The timing's off a little bit, but he will get it back.
Todd Walsh back here at Jobby.com Arena. You're looking at tonight's backup goalie, Mike Smith. We've talked a lot about it throughout the course of our coverage here tonight. The pride of Kingston, Ontario, Canada. Heard from his pals, the Tragically Hip, today on his announcement to Team Canada. You got the call at 8 o'clock this morning from Doug Armstrong from Hockey Canada. But as you mentioned earlier, guys, and there is more to the story in this, and that is his wife, Brigitte, a two-time Olympian for Canada in the downhill. That photo they're taken in Vancouver, and you might recall a couple of years ago we did a story about that with Mike, about how emotional he was standing on that mountain and watching her compete. He can never tell that story without his eyes welling up.
So wait a second.
Yeah.
He gets a call from the Tragically Hip. What happened was Bob Nicholson on the line, and he said, "Hold on a second, Bob. I think the Tragically Hip are
No,
calling."
I think they called after.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they had any inside scoop. But anyhow, Mike, I just know that he was absolutely blown away by what it took for his wife to actually make it to that level. And he wanted to follow her footsteps. He got his mother-in-law who was in the house. 3 Olympians in one house in the morning. That's not a bad deal. And then the hip calling, you know.
Unbelievable. He's outnumbered.
Yeah, he is.
He's outnumbered. What an incredible journey it has been for him. What a talented family.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Brigitte, his wife, and my wife, they train together. She still trains like she's competing in the Olympics.
Yeah.
I see her running around the neighborhood, sprinting around the neighborhood.
Well, you know, we have that off day in Vancouver, and I know Whistler's calling again.
I know.
And Tyson, I mean, if you want to continue training.
Let's do it, Walshy. I'm in.
So is Miko Sushi up on Robson Street.
I feel the need for speed.
Played all the way back, and now Morris will touch this one for the icing call. Speaking of, supper is on Smitty. That's right, Saturday, January 18th, when the Coyotes host the Devils at 6. Papa John's and Mike Smith are serving up prizes, including a free large one-topping pizza voucher for the first 10,000 fans. And a few lucky winners will get a Smitty-signed goalie stick. Purchase your tickets today, 480-563-PUCK. You can also get them at PhoenixCoyotes.com. So not only do you get a great hockey matchup, we feed you. As this one is batted into the corner. And now played all the way back. And in behind the net. Camilleri. Gets it out of the zone and Sent all the way back in where Grice will steer it. And Doan flips this one all the way back. In over the line that time, and intended for Ribeiro. Now the Flames will bring it back. Backlund drops it. Hoodler trying to go wide that time to Byron. Looking off the play that time by Schlemko. Goes right back after. A good battle between those two. The board battles, Tyson, so important in the game of hockey.
Turnovers as well. Calgary with one right there.
Hansel just sent one wide. Behind the net, Martin Hansel. Korpikoski, one of his better games of the season. Bouncing puck in front, he scores, and it's the Corpedo! Lauri Korpikoski, and he's made it 4-0 Coyotes.
Well, it's a big night for some of the Olympians. Korpikoski, his 6th of the season. A turnover by the Calgary Flames earlier in this shift, and the Coyotes pounce on it. Working the boards, again finding that scoring area, and Korpikoski will not be denied. He wins the battle in front. The one-on-one battle with Backlund. Couple whacks at it. Backlund doesn't pick his stick up, and Korpikoski makes the Flames pay. A big, big goal. With this one almost out of reach.
Chipchura gets it back and over the line as Halpern will get one deep. And now Chris Butler will get it out. And all the way back. Now in over the line, Bissonnette takes a shot. Berra makes the save. We're going to face off coming up here. Now some pushing and shoving.
I think that's Westgarth in there giving it to Paul Bissonnette. Not the time for Bissonnette to get into a scrap. I'm sure he would agree as much as he may want to. He takes a hard one in front. Right in the lips. Right there, stinky glove. Stinky mitt to the face by Westgarth. Good control on a Bissonnette. Dave Tippett changes. Probably a smart decision to get Bissonnette off the ice.
So the face-off will come to the left of Reid O'Meara.
What a night for all the guys that we talked about. Needed to come up big. The big boys of this Coyotes team needed to produce.
And to your point, Tyson, if I can interject quickly, when you talk about top 6 forwards in the lineup, 9 points out of what you would call top 6 forwards.
Wow, there you go. I was wondering why you had your socks and shoes off here, counting the goals and points.
Almost ran out of toes.
That's exactly it. This is a team that relies on everybody, but the guys that are getting the ice time, they're top 6. They have not produced as of late. 6 points in 10 games for Hansel, 3 points in 10 games for Ribeiro, 4 points in 10 games for Antoine Vermette. And Berdine Bourbon 4 and 10 as well. So it's been a big night for all those guys as far as offensive production.
We'll get another face-off. And face-off's going to be marked out of the right of the Calgary goal. Lauri Korpikoski, he struggled with injuries early, and then he came back. Remember, he had that stretch of 8 games, Tyson, where he went 3 goals and 2 assists. It looked like the old Korpikoski, the Korpikoski we saw a couple of years ago, and then he got shut down again. And it's great to see him with a multi-point night here tonight.
Yeah, he just needs to stay healthy. That's it. That's the big thing. It's so tough when you go out with an injury to miss significant time. It takes a month or so before you start feeling like your old self.
Klinkhammer. This one goes in front. Chance Vermette. That was blocked away. At the line now, Morris sends one in behind the net. Moss tying up his man. Laddie Smeed. Wraparound.
I like that.
Nearly had it.
I like that play by Vermette. With those narrower nets, you can do the wraparound. You can go for it. It's available. You can get around quick enough.
Lauri Korpikoski just moments ago, and it's 4-0 Coyotes.
Look at a couple of Olympians for the Coyotes. Martin Hansel for the Czech team, Lori Korpikoski for Team Finland, and they have had a major impact on this game tonight offensively for the Coyotes. Jody Jackson with you as we get set for Coyotes Live, presented by CenturyLink. Join us on the post-game show right after the game. Coyotes in control of this one, 4-0. And Matt, certainly we have seen a number of guys step up, that group of top 6 forwards. And I think part of it with the Olympians, I mentioned Hansel and Korpikoski today, and talking to them about their partaking in the Olympics, they said confidence is the biggest thing. They can't help but feel good about their game, knowing they're representing their country.
It's been a great day. I mean, all around, you think about the Olympic announcements, you're happy for Mike Smith. And now Derek Morris to get it back to center ice. You're happy for everybody that's been announced. And a big 2 points here for the Coyotes tonight as Vrbata nearly had one.
Korpikoski is feeling it. What a feed to Vrbata.
But again, 8:58. Although this one well in control at 4-0. And what I will be watching in the last 8:45, Tyson, is just how they close it out. We always look at different aspects of games.
We know they're talking about it on the bench right now. I can guarantee you. Do the right things. Play the right way. You heard Mike Smith after that game against Philadelphia. They were up by 3 goals or 2 goals, whatever it was. You don't need another goal. You just need to defend. Blue lines, so important. Get it out and get it in.
Connor Murphy will move it back in. Again, 9 points out of the quote-unquote top 6 forward grouping of the Coyotes here tonight. And saw Connor Murphy briefly there with the puck. He's got an assist here in this one too tonight. Played in behind the net, Ribeiro. Ribeiro involved in the setup of 2 of the 4 Coyotes goals here as this one's played all the way back. Martin Hansel with a goal and an assist. Ditto for Bodker.
Yeah, 9 points by the top 6 forwards.
Nearly put in by Bissonnette. Wonder where you got that one. Played side. Halpern tried to put it home.
I'd love to see this 4th line get rewarded.
Paul Bissonnette really seizing his opportunity. And Stone will take a shot. That was blocked away. I think that went off the stick of Chris Butler. Another chance. Stone. Played by Klesla, trying to get it in front. Bissonnette's going to go after this one. To the line it goes. Stone unloads. A shot taken that time. And upended was Halpern.
And you can just see the Flames got nothing to give right now. This is where the fatigue factor sets in. Lactic acid starting to build up.
This is to your point, the fact that they played last night, and Barrett's just going to hold on to this one and get a face-off and a good ovation at that end of the ice from Coyotes fans. Hard work.
This 4th line creating offense, getting in on the forecheck, winning the battles, and this has been the story tonight. Winning the board battles, those puck races all over the ice. Nice feed backhand by Paul Bissonnette to Stone. Dave Tippett liking what he's seeing out of that 4th line. That's why the little extra ice time.
Shot on that time by Yandel. We get a whistle here.
And it's nothing fancy. It's just win those battles. I tell my kids that I coach here in Arizona, the team that wins those battles consistently all night long wins the game. It's as simple as that. You have the puck. The other team is chasing.
Dave Tippett has often talked about hockey being an honest game, and the fact that the team that usually works the hardest and deserves to win wins.
So true. All coaches, every coach that I've ever had, they always say it. Don't cheat the game. Eventually it bites you.
Vermette in the corner, he'll poke it down low, and it's taken away there.
You might get away with it on the odd night, but more times than not, it will come back.
It's like studying for a test. Over the line. Trust me, I know the feeling. As it's played back. Korpikoski will turn the other way.
Oh, that's too many men on the ice.
Derek Morris. Martin Hansel. Redeem Bravado chip
Good
that
play.
one deep.
Good play. That's the play we're talking about. Right there. Get it in deep.
And now Korpikoski goes to work.
That's simple hockey. That's safe hockey, but that's also winning hockey.
There's Weidman. Drops it. Smead shoots. Batted away by Thomas Greiss. Now Weidman.
And they'll let Calgary pass it around the perimeter all day long, just killing clock.
Velarde dumps one in. Westgarth's going to go after it. Heavy hit that time on Connor Murphy. Westgarth is a Princeton guy. This one goes to the front. You got Parros, an Ivy Leaguer as well.
It's hard to believe because those guys, they don't fight in college.
Oh.
So they step into the NHL or the pro level, and it's a quick learning curve.
Right to the glove of Greiss, and he holds on. Westgarth gets a bit of a shove there from Connor Murphy. And the captain right in the middle of it, just in case. Well, the Coors Light Thursday Night Party Pack is back. Coyotes are going to host the Wild this Thursday. You can get 2 lower-level tickets and 2 beers for $99. Purchase yours today at 480-563-PUCK or visit thephoenixcoyotes.com. Don't forget Minnesota. Wow.
Look at that pumpkin.
Mr. Ed in the house.
I love it. Look at the chompers on that thing. Oh, McGrattan all over Bissonnette. Not a good time for Bissonnette to fight.
McGrattan is kind of hanging out. He's going to be replaced.
They're giving him a 10.
He's gone.
Off the face-off here. Yeah, night-night for McGrattan. He wants Bissonnette right from the start.
Bissonnette goes too.
That would have been a good scrap. That McGrattan, a one-time Phoenix Coyote, he can chuck him.
Heavyweight.
He throws bombs. But Bissonnette, a much more technical fighter. Big Earn is his nickname for a reason.
Korpikoski drops it. Stone, he scores! What a drop pass by Lauri Korpikoski. And Michael Stone, the former Calgary Hitman, buries it to make it 5-0.
Oh, what a shot by Stone. You can hear that post throughout the entire arena. Posted in. What a perfectly placed shot. Now he's win the face-off. Clean entry. Korpikoski with speed, little drop pass, and he goes to the net. Stone uses Butler as a screen. 44 in white. Lets it fly. That was labeled.
Get a whistle here. Stone getting his 8th. Korpikoski assisting for his 3rd point of the night. And Jeff Halpern getting an assist at 15:36.
What a game.
He can fire it. He played, as I mentioned, his junior hockey in Calgary for Kelly Kissio and the Calgary Hitmen. And he always credits Kelly Kissio, how that franchise was run. It was one of the best in junior hockey, like an NHL franchise.
Yeah, Joel Otto there as well.
This one's sent in by Moss.
Long time Calgary Flame, but 8 goals now for Michael Stone. It's been a while, but that's a perfect example of what he brings to the table. The Coyotes, you look at their offense, and we talked about their goals for really drying up, and a lot of it was to do with their defense. The output that they had early in the first month of the season, you knew eventually it would dry up, and it did. But it has come back to life in the last 3 or 4 games.
Weidman with it. Fourth career 3-point game for Lauri Korpikoski. To the front and another chance. There again was Lauri Korpikoski. Rebound stopped by Grice.
You know what this last 3 minutes is all about right now. Be smart. Block everything.
Get a puck played with a high stick, and that'll whistle it down here for a face-off. You know, we kind of called out the centers earlier tonight, Tyson. Have they turned it around? I guess so.
Oh, did they ever. Outstanding game, even though Antoine Vermette, I'm not sure he has a point in this one tonight, but he's been very good. Doing all the little things. But Hansel, big night. Mike Ribeiro, a 2-point night. And hopefully this really kickstarts this hockey club, because they got one of the biggest games of the season coming up against the Minnesota Wild. Oh, we got a scrap here. Who is it? That's Klesla? Is that Klesla?
That's Rusty Klesla.
He's got a hold of someone right now. He's laying a
That's
beat down.
Gallardi. I think that's Gallardi, number
39. Gallardi. Just had his way with Gallardi. Tossing him around like a rag doll.
Well, this one's been percolating a little bit. And,
percolating. I like that word.
It's an old term, but it's a good one.
I'm going to throw that in my bag. The left part of your screen is Gallardi giving it to Klesla. A couple whacks, a chop. Rightfully so. Klesla, a much bigger, stronger man. Has him in the pretzel. The chicken wing. And down Gallardi goes. Got him tied in the knot. So the night just gets worse for the Calgary Flames, and now it's Westgarth out there to throw a little lumber around.
So Bob Hartley sends Westgarth out there, and he's joined by Colbert and Lance Boma. This all kind of started when we had Paul Bissonnette engaged. And
that's what guys like Westgarth and McGrattan are supposed to do. Go out there, rattle some cages. They haven't played a whole lot in the hockey game. And
another penalty coming up here, by the way.
Yeah, I like this. Good call by the referee. Borderline or not, call it just to calm things down here.
Westgarth touches up, and we get another Calgary penalty.
Halpern, the hit right there, and like I said,
Calgary, number 17, 2 minutes roughing.
Very, very borderline call there on Boma. But the referee, that's just the referee getting control of this game. Calgary doesn't have a hope to come back, obviously down 5-0. So that's a control call there, if you will.
But it does put the Coyotes on a late Arizona Lottery Powerball power play, and it's a roughing minor at 17:51. And at this point, roll clock and get out. So Yandel will set it up. Stone gets some power play time here as the Coyotes go back to the 2 defenseman set. Up by 5 with under 2 minutes remaining. At the line, Stone. Into the corner for Shane Doan. Stepniak angled off. Played that time by Keith Yandel. Well, a great day here for the Coyotes. All sorts of Olympians named. The big one, of course, Mike Smith.
And the big
with
one,
Team Canada.
yeah.
And the big 2 points that they're going to put in the bank here tonight.
And the big one not named is...
And put home there by Klinkhammer. And it's 6-0.
Dave Tippett rewarding some of his foot soldiers on this power play. Klinkhammer gets rewarded. He's had another solid night here tonight. Shane Doan is working the wall. Gets it back to Stone. The shot, the rebound. And in the back of the net. So the captain, Shane Doan, a goal and an assist. Stone with a goal and an assist. And Klinkhammer with a big goal. Hopefully that gets Big 36 rolling as well. I was just going to say, the guy that wasn't named to Team Canada, Martin St. Louis, had a 2-goal night here tonight. as the Tampa Bay Lightning beat the Winnipeg Jets 4-2. Got his 18th and 19th goal of the season. Not on Team Canada.
Byron that time bumped by Connor Murphy. And we go down to a minute remaining. Now Colburn working against Jeff Halpern. That's going to be the biggest win of the season, I believe, for the Coyotes here tonight. Is Chipchura now in the corner. He had a couple of nice plays as well. Not reflected in the scoring. Smith will work it down low. Colburn gets it back out high. Butler takes a shot and a stop and a rebound sent wide. You know what they're trying to preserve. I'm not going to say it, but you know where I'm going. As the Coyotes are going to try to get it out, and this one will be waved.
Yeah, good out. You better block everything for your goaltender here.
16 seconds to go.
Let's kill clock here.
Crowd on their feet at jobbing.com. Morris.
He's playing with them now.
And in behind the net. And Derek Morris brings the clock to double zeros. And congratulations, Thomas Greiss. First Coyotes shutout of the season. It's the second career for Greiss. Last time he did it was with the San Jose Sharks in a game against Colorado back in January of 2013 when he made 24 saves. What a night all around for the Coyotes and their goaltender, Thomas Greiss.
We talked about Thomas Greiss getting the start here tonight, trying to provide a spark for his hockey club. They lost 2 in a row. They needed it badly, desperately, and he gave it to them. Really weathered an early push by the Calgary Flames, and then the second period outburst by the Phoenix Coyotes. They jumped all over a team that played the night before, did the Calgary Flames. Huge 2 points.
6-0 Coyotes win it. Our coverage continues in a moment with Jody Jackson and Tyson Nash. It's Coyotes Live, presented by CenturyLink, and it starts right now.